All too often, we convince ourselves that we are who we are, and there's no changing that. We want to blame our upbringing or our financial situation or our parents or our surroundings, yada, 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 yada. Hi, I'm Jay, a certified personal and executive coach who believes that rediscovering ourselves takes just a little bit of courage. This show is focused on helping you develop the mindset and the courage to become curious about the thoughts holding you back in life and intentional about making changes that'll help you live your best life. And we're doing it one episode at a time. I see it all around me. I see it in myself. I see it in others. I see it almost every day. I see so many of you saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make a change in my life. I don't know how to become the type of person I can be proud of, the type of person I've always wanted to be. And you might see it too. Here's the thing. When we're dealing with being unsure of ourselves and not knowing the next right step is within you. You're just afraid to see it, to believe it, to become it. And by it, I mean whatever it is you want to change in your life. Now, recently, I've been working on changing my own thoughts, my own beliefs. And this has been around something I've been struggling with my entire life. I've been working on my thoughts and beliefs about my diet and how I approach eating and drinking. Now, here's the trap that I fall into. I'm a guy that loves to eat. That's what I say. I'm a guy that loves to eat. Why is that a trap? Because it's just a thought. Now, it's a well-formed, stuck in my head, grooved into my consciousness thought about myself, and it doesn't have to be that way. What if I thought I'm a guy who just eats? What if I use that thought, that belief, as an excuse for not eating, for drinking less, for taking better care of myself? What if it's just a thought? All too often, we convince ourselves that we are who we are, and there's no changing that. We want to blame our upbringing or our financial situation or our parents or our surroundings, yada, 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 yada. Who we are right now isn't about the circumstances in our lives. Nope, not one bit. It's not about our circumstances. We are who we are right now because it's our thoughts about our circumstances. If I believe I'm a guy who loves to eat, then yes, 100% a guy that loves to eat. I am. That's who I am. And because I believe that thought, my actions prove that thought. I eat what I want, when I want. I know that's crazy. I know. And I guarantee you're probably thinking about something right now about yourself where you say, shit, I am what I think. I am a smoker. I am a drinker. I'm a stress eater, a worrier, a person who cannot control their emotions. I'm an angry person. I'm a sad person. Whatever it may be, whatever you're thinking right now, you're not that person. It's just your thoughts. Those are just your thoughts about the circumstances you have in your life. Now listen, I am right there with you because just like you, I am a human being that has lived a life full of things that I have believed about myself. Things I've always thought that were true. And as I've worked through them, I've come to realize that if I change my thinking, I can change my results. I'm going to say that again. If I could change my thinking, I can change my results. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Jay, I can't change. Like I've tried 1,000 times. And to that I say, really? You can't? Is that an actual fact? Or is that you're just a thought you're having which stirs up a shit ton of feelings that put you in a spiral of doubt and fear and any other negative emotion you can muster, which only proves the point and keeps you from moving forward. So what's the next right step? What is the next right step? What can you actually do to change your thoughts about the circumstances in your life? Well, for starters, you need to become that version of yourself right now. In this moment, you have to become the person you want to be. Now, I know that sounds very far-fetched. It sounds way out there. But stay with me for just a minute. Because what I'm going to show you is that if you start to think about yourself in a different light, things can change. Now, let's go back to my thoughts that I'm a guy that loves to eat. How can I tweak that thought to become a better version of myself? Well, for starters, I could start to see myself as a guy that loves to be healthy, a guy that is healthy for his family, a guy that sets an example for others, a guy that will be here for a really long time for his family. Now, see how that changes the context of my thought? It's totally flipped it from a guy who loves to eat to a guy who loves to eat healthy. And then what would my results be? When I see myself as that person already, my behaviors can start to change. I start to make better decisions around food, what I eat and when I eat. And this can be the same for you. Like whatever it is, whatever you want to become, the next right step is seeing yourself as that person now. See yourself as that person now before you become that person. And then make the tiny small changes in your life to move that goal forward. I know. It sounds like a ton of work. And I know you might listen to other people on topics like this or read books about it or browse the web. And that's awesome, right? The more research you can do to learn about change in your life, the better that works. Just don't forget that change starts with your thoughts first and then your actions. You have to believe in your head that you are that person. So many times experts will tell you that you just need to take action. Oh, you have to start doing. You have to start eating better. You have to start exercising. You have to start taking better care of yourself. Start this, do that. Blah, 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 freaking blah, right? Like that's way too many things. You're like, you just do it. You just start. But listen, the action doesn't start until your thoughts change about who you are, who you want to become. You can't start the action until you think you're the person who can take action. Until your thoughts are about making progress or making small changes or being the person you want to become, the more you listen to the experts, the harder it becomes for you to make change. Because they tell you to just do it, to just start now. Listen, I know I have a podcast, I know I'm a life coach, but I'm not a quote unquote expert, right? I'm not an expert. My only expertise is being a human that is working on themselves, and part of that work is about changing my thinking and beliefs about myself. If I can be an example for you on that front, well then my life is full. And I keep continuing to work on myself. There is no done. There is no perfection. There is no, I've reached this goal. I might have a goal of becoming a healthier person to be that for my family, but that's an ongoing process. And it may be different for you. Just remember, the next right step isn't about doing. It's about thinking, and then you can do it because you've already seen in your mind's eye what the results are. Once you can see the future you can believe it is done, and then that's when the actions start to happen in your life. That's when the actions become real for you. All right, my friends, that's it for this week. Remember, be willing, be curious, and be intentional. And until next week, keep doing the work. You've got this. Hey, friends, who's your mindset coach? If you don't have one, it would be my honor to work with you. If you're ready, visit jasonramsden.com and click Get Started in the upper right-hand corner of the screen to schedule your free call today. I hope to talk to you soon. Until then, have an amazing day. Intentionally Curious is a production of Impact One Media LLC. All rights reserved.